sorry, that space is just closed.
Right. You're not going to say, well, my grandmama want to come instead. Remember, she's a babysit you.
Don't work like that.
Nah. Yeah. So I love it. So now what about the people who, they're like, okay, I'm in the car, and there's like 5 people in the car, and one of them just...
The person that's on the invitation is the one that gets out.
Got it. I love it.
And if everybody else is on their car, they just go away. We have a golf cart waiting to transport that one person over.
Oh, and they just wait in the car.
And the other people just go. They can Uber back home or wherever they need. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, people do transfer invitations. Believe it or not, people do transfer invitations.
Like it's a freaking Costco card. Like who does that? I cannot. Guys, if you're just tuning in, you are watching Perry Girls TV. Giiirl Spill that tea. And I have none other than Johnnie Winston III, as seen on Housewives, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she didn't get no snaps from me. Shout out to the community that's watching both on Facebook, on Periscope, on YouTube. Guys, I love you guys to pieces. Thank you so much. Now, my second question. What about the people that want to take food home?
People that take food home should have food at home. There's no to-go plates. There's no, that is tacky.
I've seen it.
Once the dinner portion is served, the dinner portion is served.
I've seen it.
The only thing that I would allow out of the facility if we have personalized to-go boxes of cake. Like some people do cake boxes as a, thank you with the treats and other things like that, but there will be no food exiting the facility. Absolutely not. I have seen
to-go plates. I've seen aluminum foil. I've seen to-go bags, and people try it.
None of that exists. That's just no. That's a disgrace.
It is, and it embarrasses the bride, though. Or the groom, because now you got to remember, it's not just them anymore. People look like. Do you see the people that's on their list? They're just so common. The face is scrunched up and a little round, and and if I'm wrong, correct me. Stop bringing your own condiments. We don't want the hot sauce coming out your bag. Don't bring those little Chinese mustards. So.
Now, I'm going to back up to our security level.
Uh-huh.
So, for brides, because what I feel is also very tacky is for people sharing the moment before the bride and groom can share that moment. And what I mean by that is people videoing, taking pictures, posting everything before the bride and groom can have their moment.
Got it.
And I feel that that's very tacky because you're doing all that before they can, at least post about their own special day.
Right.
So what we've done...
Oh, God, I'm scared to hear this.
We have a check-in area. Now, this mainly for ceremony, which is based on bride's approval. So from A through Z, we have the different columns and sets, and we have an envelope based on each person at RSVP, and they turn in their cell phones upon entering the wedding.
I love it. Listen.
They only can retrieve their phone during cocktail hour because they're there to enjoy the activity and enjoy the wedding, not to just be paparazzi.
How about that? Yeah. And you see all kinds of if someone spends money on a cinematographer and all that stuff, we don't want to see your bootleg version with us hearing you in the background and people's hind parts. Like you have a trained professional for a reason. So now when you doing Johnny Greasespoon back home wedding videos, it dilutes everything that happens. People forget the flash. People don't clean their lenses.
Everything.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it's always people that don't turn off their ringers. So it's always going to be somebody phone, and it's always somebody have a song, a certain song that's
like pop that coochie, pop.
That part. The last wedding I heard someone had one time for the birthday.
Oh my God!
And then you got the people on the road just dancing. I'm like, this ain't the time. This ain't the time.
I can't.
I was like, you definitely. That's what
Uncle Luke is not invited.
Yeah.
So are the security? So Stevie wants to know for the security. You have me over here crying.
So all the guests and security rules are printed on. So when we send out the packages, it's 3 parts. So we have the invitation, we'll have the response card, and then we'll have instructions. So the instruction will include parking. It depends on where the wedding is. So then they also know that their phones are not prohibited past a certain point. And then we'll have what we call cable cast signs, which is the jumbo printed sign. We'll also know that cell phones and things are not permitted in this area and due to subject to be, removed by security.
Exactly. And it's not like, it's again, like you said.
Security are off-duty officers, so it's not just regular.
Yeah, like someone's uncle, Ray, Pookie, and them.
We have people that, if you don't comply, you'll be, taken out in orderly fashion.
World star! Okay, so the second question, and I'll have mixed feelings with this, and I know people are going to have mixed feelings with this.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about people proposing at someone else's wedding without permission?
Well, I don't honestly, it's a a balanced thing, but I feel that I wouldn't propose at someone else's wedding because I feel it's their day.
Right.
However, sometimes you don't know when that moment is. If it's your moment, it's your moment. So it's a different way. But I wouldn't propose, doing it there. But if you're feeling that that's your moment and you want to go for it, love has no boundaries.
Right.
So if you're feeling that that's your moment, then take it. Seize the opportunity. But you run the risk because that person could say no.
Right.
So, but I honestly would say, don't take away the shine from the current couple. Do it, if you went outside and got married, don't do it on the dance floor or right where
during the bride dance.
Just duck off in a little corner, and then if you came back in and say, "Oh yeah, he's
right,"
that's okay. But at least take it outside. Have some class about it.
Right. I saw a post at security. Stevie said, "Do that with the golf cart."
But I've seen videos where the bride and groom dancing on the floor, and then the next person behind them on the floor proposing. I'm like, then the people not focusing on bride and groom anymore. They're focusing on the people that's proposing. So I'm like,
so they forget about the wedding now.
But that's not the way to do it though. I don't think that's the proper way to do it at all. I think that's very tacky.
You will listen. I will take out my lashes and my little bun or whatever else is going on with my hair when I do it. But I saw, and I'm asking that because I saw a post before, and the post said, and I quote, she says, "If you propose at my wedding, I'm gonna die at your funeral and haunt you for the rest of your life." And I was like, damn. I would die. It said, I'm gonna come to your funeral, I'm gonna die at your funeral, and I'm gonna fight you in the afterlife. That's what they said. And I was like, damn.
That is, I don't know what to say.
I was like, I agree.
That is muy interesante. I can say that.
Okay, so are we allowed to ask how you got on the show? Well, not how you got on the show, but what was a highlight or a fun part of it? And do you believe that helped what your already successful business is? Well, that'll come out right, and I'm an English teacher. So we know you were already successful. Do you feel that being on national television even accelerated it even further? That's what I'm trying to say.
What a lot of people don't know, my background is actually in entertainment. So all of the different award shows, like the Stellars, the Trumpets, the Dove Awards, hip hops, and things like that, I actually worked on the behind the scenes. With producing and helping produce and put those shows together. So while I was working on the BET Hip Hop Awards in 2009, look, I'm going back in time.
He was 3, guys.
I met one of the producers by the name of Angel Johnson. She was actually the production manager for Housewives. And she said she needed some help on the show, and she asked me if I wanted to just come aboard and help out. And I started as a PA actually. So I went from being a production assistant, and I worked on various shows, R&B divas and things like that. And I was a set designer on one of the shows. And it just became like, okay, well, he can do this, he can do that. And other people, saw my work ethic, and somehow I just happened to go from behind the camera to in front of the camera. It wasn't planned.
Right.
It just ended up being the people that I was working with.
Right.
And it was just kind of by default that I ended up being on the other end of the camera. But throughout the whole process, unlike some people on the other side of the camera, they lose the integrity and the essence of who they are.
Got it. Yeah.
And one thing about me, I'm always going to stay to myself because I have a brand and I have a business to protect.
Exactly.
I'm not going to lose the integrity of my business chasing a dollar.
Got it. No, it makes sense. I've been in front and behind, and I've seen it. I have definitely seen it. And unfortunately, and I tell people, it's not what you think it is, and it's not always what it seems, and not to get caught up on that, Right. So I applaud you for that. We're not going to get into specific detail. I just wanted to celebrate the fact that you were able to say, I'm a law student, right?
Yeah.
Then to say I'm going to be a biz admin to marketing, to building an empire of a wedding planning concierge, consultant. We've got security, don't play with us business. And then to be able to go before and in front of the camera to make a difference. And I bring that all up because there is another kid watching you that's like, if he can do it, I'm going to do it too. And sometimes it's just being able to show, that it can happen. It has to happen, but it all starts with your work ethic and the integrity that you have. So I applaud you with that. We spill tea, but we don't get grimy up in this joint. Excuse the pun.
That's right.
No, we don't use the word grimy in the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as a New Yorker, I'm originally from New Jersey.
How'd you get in ATL? Do you find it was better?
Just for college. I came to college, and then after college I stayed.
That's how it was with Del State.
Jersey City is my original hometown.
Bricktown? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. I hear a little twang in your voice now. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York, and I went to Delaware State. My dad went there, then I went there, then my brother went there. And it was one of those things like, okay, when I get married and have my family, I'm going to, that's right, HBCU love. My son actually applied for A&T, Stevie. And when I actually got older, I said, you know what? I'm making $88,000 a year, which isn't a whole lot of money, but in my field it was. And I was struggling. I'm like, how am I struggling making this kind of money? Everyone knows the story. And what ended up happening was I moved back to Delaware, and it's just been a ride ever since. So you definitely, if you want to do something, you can achieve it. It's just a matter of you putting your foot forward with it. Yeah. So do you have anything else you want to share with us and spill some tea on? We had either ors. What are your thoughts about women who wear extra low A-line? Okay, A-line or moderate A-line?
I just would say it just more so depends on the body type.
Okay.
Some dresses aren't for everybody.
Right.
And then it just depends on the build and the makeup and if they feel comfortable in their dress. Because sometimes some brides wear a dress because their mom or siblings influence them to wear certain dresses.
Mm-hmm, saying yes to the dress.
And it's not really their dream dress.
Got it.
They have to understand it's their day, their voice.
That's right. I love it. Their day, their voice.
So, don't let other people influence your dress. If it's not your dress, it's not your dress.
Right.
And don't think that you go to one bridal shop that you found your dress.
That is a myth. I think you should go to as many as possible.
Yeah, some people say, "Oh, I found my dress," and then I'm like, haven't even explored other options? Have you looked?
They're like, "No, I found it."
Then they'll get mad. Because I had one bride told me she bought 5 dresses. I said, now,